The Battle of 73 Easting, the last great tank battle of the 20th century. In 1991, the Gulf War set the stage for a large-scale tank battle, when U.S. tanks found the bulk of Iraq's armored vehicles sitting unprepared in the desert. This dominating display of power over the mostly Russian-sourced tanks is often described as the last great tank battle of the 20th century. Many of the tanks used by Iraqi forces were older designs, and their crews were poorly trained. American tankers were wary of the Iraqi Republican Guard. These elite troops were much better trained and operated much newer equipment. Lieutenant General Herbert Raymond McMaster, now retired, played a major role in the Battle of 73 Easting. Back in 1991, McMaster was the captain in command of Eagle Troop. Iraq invaded Kuwait in August of 1990 and placed a huge portion of the Western world's oil supply in jeopardy. McMaster were tasked with moving ahead of the main force to establish the location of the enemy and clear the way for the bulk of U.S. forces. As he pulled up onto a deceptive ridge in the desert, McMaster realized he had come across an entire division of dug-in Iraqi tanks. The commander of the vehicles had set up a good defensive position with his tanks waiting for U.S. forces to crest the ridge. This idea was great on paper, but without any reconnaissance parties, the Iraqis were quite literally caught with their pants down. Falling back to his training, McMaster opened fire, instantly destroying an enemy tank. His tank's second shot destroyed a second tank. Within seconds, McMaster had destroyed 2 enemy tanks and was now joined by the other 8 M101 Abrams in Eagle Troop. The Bradleys attacked the Iraqi tanks with their tow missiles and scattered their troops with mortar and machine gun fire. As McMaster's tank headed towards the enemy, the driver realized they had entered a minefield. Anti-personnel mines tickled the belly of the tank as it rolled forward, firing as it went. The rapid advance of Eagle Troop stunned the Iraqi forces, who were quickly neutralized. McMaster and his men reached the limit of their advance, but he was aware that the enemy may be about to mount a powerful counterattack with their remaining reserve forces. Ignoring orders, he pushed on, overwhelming the final Iraqi tanks until there was nothing left to shoot. A few small engagements occurred in the moments after the battle, but the work of the 2nd Squadron was done. The entire battle had lasted just 23 minutes. In this time, 2nd Squadron had managed to destroy around 50 tanks, 40 trucks, and 25 armored personnel carriers without taking any losses.